Blimey, blimey, blimey. Charles Leclerc gets screwed again. Again and again and again. I don't know how this strategy team, pit team, whatever you want to call them, I still can't believe they are employed with Ferrari. These guys, this pit team, this strategy team, couldn't even get a job with Tesco pushing the trolleys. They couldn't even get a job for the council sweeping the roads. They couldn't even get a job cleaning my windows. They couldn't even do it for free. They probably messed that up as well. What is going on with Ferrari? The strategy team is all over the place. Even the Mercedes engineers was laughing at them. Literally laughing. Comes into the pits. They say you haven't weighed your car, which I'm sure he did. Comes into the pits. You see him pushing the car back to the flipping weighing scales like morons. Even Mercedes is literally standing there laughing at them. Laughing. Toto Wolff in the back laughing his ass off, falling off his chair. Saying, what's this? Amateur hour. Amateur hour. I wouldn't even pay a minimum wage. All the good enough is to shine my shoes. And if you don't agree with me, kiss my feet. Kiss my mouldy feet. I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't even wash my feet for 1 week. Then you can kiss them after. These guys, this pit strategy team, the engineers, the pit crew, the drink boy, are clueless. They messed him up in Bahrain. They messed him up in China. Yes, I'm talking about Charles Leclerc. They messed him up in China. They messed him up in Bahrain. They messed him up in Monaco. They are embarrassing. It's getting to a point now that they're embarrassing. Even Vettel knows it. Even Vettel knows it. You can see in his body language when he gets interviewed. You can see by looking at him. You can see the tone of his voice. You can hear the tone of his voice that he's embarrassed to drive for Ferrari. They are embarrassing. If that was Mercedes, the entire team would be fired. Guaranteed. All fired. I'm sure it's probably the trousers they're wearing, because them trousers, what them Ferrari boys are wearing, they're looking tight. And trust me, it must be getting tight down there, and the blood's not rushing to the brain. Trust me. It's getting stuck down there, you get me? Unbelievable. It's comedy hour. It's comedy hour at the Ferrari garage. It's comedy hour. They ain't winning no championship. Never gonna happen. Not this year. Never gonna happen. Where's the team boss? I didn't even saw the team boss. Where is the team boss? The guy that looks like Egon out of flipping Ghostbusters. Where is he? I ain't seen him all weekend. Unbelievable. They're clueless on the radio. They're clueless in qualifying. They're clueless in strategy. Sebastian Vettel didn't. You know what? He couldn't even. He nearly never made out a Q1. The strategy, it was all over the place. Coming to the pits. He's coming into the pit in Q2. He's coming into the pit, Charles Leclerc. You got the pit team there looking dumbfounded. What are you going to the pit for? Clueless. Well, he's coming into the pits to put new tyres on. You know that's what you've got to do, don't you? You have to get the car, you have to bring it to the garage, and you have to put new tyres on. You know that, don't you? Absolutely clueless. These guys couldn't even get a job at a nursery school cleaning the playground. Absolutely clueless. Listen, if you guys know me, you know I'm a Mercedes fan. But I'm fair. I am fair. And look, I want to see an exciting championship. I want to see the Ferrari battling the Mercedes. And I want the Red Bull to get up there. But Ferrari, come on. In my opinion, the way it stands at the moment, and if Ferrari keep making these mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and Vettel as well, by the way, making mistakes. What we all know how Vettel is. Mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. I could see Red Bull coming second in constructors and probably Max coming third in the championship. But it's not guaranteed Bottas is going to get second, and it's not guaranteed Hamilton's going to get first. But you can see where I'm going with it. Ferrari need to buck their ideas up. Literally buck their ideas up. Right, I'm going to get into some of my notes. Lack of him. I got a few notes here. I'm just going to spin a few notes after that. Then I'm going to get straight to the tables. I mean, the videos. If you usually watch my videos, I usually put some audio on with some interviews. Obviously, I can't show no videos because of copyright, but you can listen to some audio and I'll show you some pictures if I can. I'm not guaranteed. But I'm going to start with Q1. Now, Q1. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I was talking about the weighbridge. Charles Leclerc came onto the weighbridge. And there was 5 minutes to go at the end of Q1. Charles Leclerc he went onto the weighbridge. And then they said he went straight past the weighbridge. Because after every lap of the qualifying, they've got to weigh the car. Basically, he comes into the pit lane. He's saying to the pit strategy team, the Cluedo strategy team, that he never went onto the weighbridge. He weren't sure. So really, as a pit strategy and as a team, they should know if he went onto the weighbridge. But they weren't sure either. Clueless. So what they did is start reversing the car back to the weighbridge. Mercedes engineers are standing there laughing at him. Literally laughing at him. Well, they should be laughed at because they are muppets. Reversing the car back onto the weighbridge. They come onto the weighbridge. Yep, everything's fine. They go forward. There's 5 minutes to go. Literally 5 or maybe even 8 minutes to go. But for some reason, they don't let Charles Leclerc go back out. I'm literally sitting there, dumbfounded. What's going on? You got 5 minutes to go, or whatever, 6 minutes to go. Send the guy back out. Let him get another lap in, because it looks like he's gonna go out. He won't make out a Q1. Vettel just about makes the cut. The Ferrari car. To be fair, the Ferrari car today never looked good at all. It was swinging everywhere. The traction was completely gone. It was like racing a 1975 Ferrari. It was actually not 1975, a 1955 Ferrari. No traction, all them old cars like Fazio used to drive back in the day, 1955 Ferraris, when there was literally there was no traction, no power steering, no nothing. Basically, it was like a coffin on wheels. That's what the Ferrari car looked like today. Vettel was struggling with it. True say, to be fair with Vettel, with his experience, he was wrestling the car around the corners. He was using all his experience that he's got, that he's used over the last decade of being in Formula One on that car today. And it paid off. Just. So Vettel just makes the cut out of Q1. But again, Charles Leclerc goes out. Leclerc goes out at the end of Q1. They didn't send him out after that weighbridge, by the way. They should have sent him out. They thought probably he'll make it, but he never made it. Again, a bad call from Ferrari. Charles Leclerc goes out in the first stint. Perez goes out. Stroll goes out. Russell and Kubica. The same old names. Russell, Kubica, they're going out, and Stroll. For some reason, Stroll, it's just not happening for Stroll this year for racing points. Perez is struggling as well. Everybody had high hopes for Racing Point. I still call them Force India, but the name is Racing Point. I had high hopes for Racing Point, and for some reason, just not happening this year. Stroll, overrated in my book. In my opinion, he's there because of his dad. His dad brought the company. He was part of the deal, and now he's there. Simple. That's just my opinion. If you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me. I don't care. So, on to Q2. Bottas comes out like a madman. Comes out, boom, hits accelerator. Perfect lap, gets the fastest lap on the track, gets track record. Fair play to him. Straight after, Max does it. So we know they was turning it up. They was turning up the dial, the little party mode like they said they've got. Everybody said they got a party mode. Mercedes said I haven't got a party mode. Whatever. They turn it up. Whatever it's called. Party mode, fly mode, drink mode, high mode, governor mode, whatever. They turn it up. So they turn it up. Max Verstappen comes out, boom, hits a fastest lap. So it was coming good. At the end of Q2, nothing really happens in Q2. At the end of Q2, the casualties of Q2 was Hülkenberg, Norris not having a good time. The first couple of races of the season, brilliant. Last race wasn't too well, and today going out of Q2. McLaren was expected to get into Q3. Never happened from today. Like I said, it's like, look, you know what Monaco's like. If you know me, it's out all the tracks on the F1 calendar, Monaco, that's the one I hate the most. That's at the bottom. I don't care what people say. So, it's Monaco, the glitz and the glamour. I don't care about the glitz and the glamour. I don't care. All I want to see is a track where you can take over. Simple. That's it. I want to see a car where someone's got a chance of taking over. Because once it starts and someone gets in front, 99.9% of the time, if the pit strategy goes all right, the guy who starts off first is going to win it. So really, you really call that a racing track? To me, it's outdated. For me, they should have got rid of that and kept the Nürburgring. That's just my opinion. Nürburgring, brilliant track. They should have kept that on the F1 calendar. They should have regulated it. They said it cost a lot of money to regulate it and change it for corners here and there. They should have done it. It was worth it. The track was carved out of a flipping stone, out of a mountain. You know what I mean? It's legendary. It's probably the most legendary track in the history of motor racing. Everybody races at the Nürburgring. You got the F1. You got the... No, not F1. Used to F1. You got the GT racing. You got the touring cars. You got people going down there, just want to drive on the Nürburgring. You can actually go there, pay at the reception, go and have a lap around Nürburgring. Be careful though, but you can do it. Because everybody wants to race there. Bikes, everybody races there. Everybody knows what the Nürburgring is. And so for me, they should put that back in the F1 calendar. That would be very, very good. Keep Hockenheim, but put Nürburgring back on there as well. So, enough of the Nürburgring. So at the end of the Q2, you had Hülkenberg, Norris, Grosjean, Kimi, Giovanni, whatever his name is. I always botch his name, and like I said, I don't care. And that was Q2 finished. Now, on to Q3. Q3, Gasly. Just before, this one thing, what stood out for me, I thought was weird. You know, usually when they got at the end of beginning of a Q1, Q2 or Q3, they're sitting in the cockpit at now and they've got a screen at the front at now. They usually got a screen. And they're looking at what they're going to do next, what tyres they're going to put on, and how much downforce is on the car, what strategy they're going to go for. It's usually at the front where you can see it, yeah? I saw Gasly with some A4 paper. Where was the screen? Gasly, you know, with that Red Bull, he's got some A4 paper, no screen. Didn't you charge up the screen? You run out of electric. You couldn't even charge up. What was going on? Why is Gasly, one of the top drivers of F1, he's sitting in his cockpit, literally with an A4 piece of paper in front of him, where his screen's supposed to be? Don't get it. So I just thought that was a bit weird. So, Q3, this is where it got a little bit interesting. You know me, I don't care, right, if at the moment you got Hamilton and Bottas, they're fighting out, obviously now for the championship. But don't write off Vettel. Don't write him off. Don't ever write him off. For me, Vettel's still the second best driver on the grid. First is Hamilton, second Vettel. Don't care. I don't care if Bottas comes with his beard. I don't care if Bottas has got a beard down to his knees. I don't care if he's got loads of muscles, and I don't care if he walks into the room like Terminator and says, "Toto, I'm back." Don't matter. Vettel's still the second best driver. Get used to it. Anyway, It starts. Vettel slips. Vettel was having a monstrous lap in Q3. I thought Vettel was going to get top slot because in Q1, Vettel pulled out, or Q2, he pulled out almighty lap and he got the fastest time. So I thought, here we go, Vettel's turning it up. So when he got to Q3, I thought, you know what, that looks like a good lap, man. Vettel comes out, he's doing a brilliant lap, sector, everything was perfect, and then he slipped right in the corner, cost him time, hit the barrier, and I thought, oh, here we go, another mistake again. Another mistake. So what happened? It cost him time. It cost him probably second, maybe even first. So, Hamilton was going on his fast lap. Excellent lap. Excellent. He comes out, does his sector, purple, perfect. I think the last sector, when it comes down to the little bridge, he slowed down a little bit. He slipped a little bit. He just kind of wind the throttle around. But he's still enough to get the top spot. Bottas didn't even finish the last lap. I don't know what happened to Bottas. Bottas just abandoned the lap and went straight into the pits, which I thought was weird. I thought maybe he could have banged up his car or something, but he had second place locked. And third was Max Verstappen, and fourth was Vettel. So again, Vettel hasn't won a pole since the 2018 German Grand Prix. That is nearly a year ago. So Vettel struggling for pole. Didn't even get in the top three. So it's going to be tough for Ferrari tomorrow to try and get the win. But like they're saying tomorrow in the commentary, there's the weather's going to be changing. It might be rain, so that can be interesting. But you know what? Hamilton's liking the rain. He loves it. So that's enough of the notes. Let me just end these notes. Let's move on. So we're going to look at how it finished at qualifying. Hamilton got pole, second Valtteri Bottas, third Max Verstappen, fourth Sebastian Vettel, five Pierre Gasly, six Kevin Magnussen, seven brilliant lap by Kevin Magnussen, absolutely brilliant Kevin Magnussen, top six. Shame for Grosjean, he got held up by Gasly on one of his laps, and he was swearing a lot on his mic, on his radio, because Gasly got in his way, and that cost him maybe a top seven. So you got six Kevin Magnussen, seven Daniel Ricciardo, 8th, Daniel Fiat. 9, Carlos Sainz. 10th, Alexander Albon. 11th, Nico Hülkenberg. 12th, Lando Norris. 13th, Roman Grosjean. 14th, Kimi Räikkönen. 15th, Antonio Giovinazzi. 16th, Charles Leclerc. 17th, Sergio Perez. 18th, Lance Stroll. 19th, George Russell. And 20th, Robert Kubica. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play some interviews to see if there's any audio in there. I can't show you no video, like I says. Copyright, so I'm going to, let's see if there's any interviews on here. Let's start with Kevin Magnussen. He says that P6 was a great finish and a real team effort. So let's play this. Hopefully there's no advertisement. If there is,
the KFC fill-up lunch for $1.99.
What the clock?
It was hell of a performance.
Yeah, I mean, it was a real team effort. You know, it was a fantastic car. Of course, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do P6. But then I touched the wall and damaged the front wing, and you know had to abort that run and come in, change the front wing and change a few other things. And you know, I put a lot of extra stress on the guys, so they just turned it around brilliantly to enable me to get out again and do the laps that we planned. So yeah, got into Q3 because of that, and again, just car was working really well. Was able to put a decent lap time in the first round. Then on the second run, I had 2 laps, and again just improved and improved. Just was able to push with this really good car we've had this weekend.
So what else have we got? Let's have a look. Kimi Räikkönen, disappointed for Kimi today. He says they went as fast as they could today. Kimi doesn't like this track at all. They asked him at the beginning of the weekend, do you like it here? He goes, no. Doesn't really like the track, doesn't really like Monaco. Honest as usual, Kimi. That's what you could expect out of Kimi, and that's why I like him. A bit like Niki Lauda as well, RIP.
The KFC fill-up lunch for $1.99.
KFC, man. Sorry I had to pause this.
Can you tell about the boy, man?
Oh, it was terrible today for interviews.
Yeah, and we need to overall rip him out to go faster, but we tried many things.
Sweating bullets, Kimmy's.
We went as fast as we could today.
What changed between practice and quali? Because practice, you guys look top 10, bolted on.
Yeah, I mean, we still did our fastest times in qualifying, so obviously the others went a bit faster. So
Old school glasses, man.
nothing wrong, it's just more.
They look like goggles. They look like goggles, man. What else we got? Let's get Vettel. He's basically saying Ferrari's problems are not that easy to solve. Yep. It's all coming out now. They're in trouble, Ferrari. They're in trouble. Let's play this video. No KFC.
Tough weekend for you guys. Team did a great job to put the car back together. A word for them, obviously, to get you through to here and the pace that you think you've got in that car.
Well, not sufficient. Obviously, Monaco is mostly about qualifying. P4 isn't awful. There's more cars behind than in front, but we want, that all the cars are behind and none in front. So, obviously, a pity from a team point of view to lose Charles early on. Yeah, it's a bit strange at the moment. One session is good for us, the next session is not so good for us. So I think that's really to blame. I think in Q1 what happened can happen if you're just not quick enough. The track improved a lot. Everybody found a lot of lap time, and we were then very close to get caught out, and with both cars, and in fact Charles did. So basically up to that point we need to be half a second faster, and then we are safe. So. But it wasn't the case, and from then onwards was a tough quality.
As you say, it's up and down at the moment. You've been at this team for a long time now. You've seen it in so many different stages. Why do you think these gaps are appearing? Why do you think things are falling into the cracks? Mistakes are being made. Where's it stemming from?
No, I don't think it's necessarily mistakes. I think it's a lack of pace, and the lack of pace mostly I think comes from understanding these tires, and we struggle more than last year. I mean that's it, but it's not so easy to solve. So I think other people at the moment find that window more often than us and more regularly. So that's the key point. So around here, obviously, if you don't feel the car, we struggle with the front axle. If you don't feel the front axle, you don't know where the car is going to go. Naturally, you don't come off the brakes and just go for it, because it would go where you don't want it to go. So that's the problem.
Yeah,
I don't think our car is that bad as it looks right now. But certainly it's inconsistent to get the tires to where they want to be, which maybe by harder work, maybe by luck, fortune, maybe whatever, other people seem to struggle less.
Is it fair to say that there are too many cars in front of you? Is that a summarize?
If you're not first, there's always too many cars in front of you.
Is that a good summary? Because all these things come together in the wrong direction.
He looks upset.
Yeah, at the moment we struggle to make them, get most of the things right. We get some things right, but certainly not enough, and it's too much up and down. So that's why it's extremely difficult to find a sort of rhythm. But in the end, there are no excuses here. If you miss the train, then bad luck. The train keeps running, so it's up to us to catch it again.
Yeah, you could say. You can hear the soundboy Vettel's voice that Ferrari's he's in trouble, basically saying he's not consistent. Tyres are not working properly, and they haven't got the pace. They're in trouble. Vettel paused for about 10 seconds there in an interview, and he's just trying to figure out what to say, but he knows he's in trouble. Ferrari's in trouble. They need to be watching Red Bull. What else have we got? We've got Max. He says Max, back basically before qualifying, a lot of people were saying, I thought myself, a lot of people were saying that maybe Red Bull can split the Mercedes, maybe if Hamilton gets one, maybe Max could get two and Bottas 3, try and split Mercedes. But basically Max on this interview, he's saying we didn't really expect to split the Mercedes. So let's play it.
Max, a great job all weekend. Congratulations. Did you ever feel the car
This
had
is
it
only
in it
30
to split
seconds.
the Mercedes today? And do you think it might have it tomorrow?
No, not really. I think the whole weekend it was quite clear that they were always going to be 2-3 tenths ahead. Just in Q3 we didn't have the tire time which what we wanted, and that just cost us a bit of lap time, but not enough to fight for pole.
For the race then?
It's not that much happening normally, so P3 hopefully.
Yeah, he could get P3. Let's have one more interview. Lewis. He said it means the world to him to get pole today. I'll play this video. Let's listen to Bottas first. He's saying, I think Bottas is a bit of a sore loser. It's like when he lost his last race, he blamed it on his clutch. He said there was a funny noise coming from the clutch. Anthony on Sky was analysing it. He said he couldn't hear nothing coming from the clutch. And now he's saying today he made up some other excuse. You listen, you lost. That's it. You didn't get P1. You got P2. You done well. Stop being a sore loser, Bottas. It's 23 seconds anyway, this video.
Obviously, it's not all over on Saturday. Race start. Are you confident with the clutch for tomorrow? Because I know you've had problems with that, particularly last time out.
Yeah, the practice starts have been very good, so yeah, I'm very confident with the starts. Obviously, Lewis is a good starter as well, and it is short running into turn one, so difficult to make a difference. But 78 laps, who knows what can happen.
Thank you.
So let's move on to Lewis, and then I'll wrap it up. Let's get to Lewis. It's 1 minute 42 seconds. And like I said before, he said it means a lot. It means a lot to him to get pole here.
With Baconaise, crispy smoked bacon and bacon lovers relish. It's the I Love You Bacon Burger, only at KFC.
Great job. I think it's fair to say you gave it arseholes.
You never heard Nicky say that? Yeah? Yeah, he would always say that to me, so
Yeah.
I've just had that ringing in my head all week. It's like, give it ourselves, Lewis. So, you know, I'm really, really, I don't know where you got that saying from, but, yeah, it's meant, it really means the world to me to get that today. It's been a really, really tough week. Literally like losing a family member, it's so odd when it's not, you know, blood related, but when someone's so impactful in your life, you're never going to get to speak to that person again. You always want to do right by them, whoever it is, and you just want to live to your potential. You know? I think today I think I was at potential. I lived my potential today, and that's really what I dream of.
Lewis, after you parked the car over there, you had a very sincere, or it looked very sincere handshake with Max. What did you discuss with him? Did he congratulate you, or did you congratulate him? It looked very sincere between you and Max.
It's always sincere.
Okay.
And there's never anything negative. I mean, I have huge respect for Max. He's a fantastic driver. He's always polite. He does an exceptional job in the car, and he's really the future of the sport. So I keep a close eye on him, and he's a lot younger and got so he's keeping me on my toes.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Again, the media tried to stir crap up. Trying to stir crap between them. Typical. Saying, I saw the handshake. There was a little handshake between Bottas. No, with Hamilton and Verstappen at the end. Just a normal passionate handshake when you finish a race. And the press asking Lewis, was there something between you two with that handshake? Trying to stir something. Nothing, no. They're just handshaking. They're happy that, he's happy that Lewis got pole, obviously, because that happened with Kim, with R.I.P. Niki Lauda. So, yeah. The press trying to stir shit. But especially with Hamilton, they try the best. But like I said, the haters, they can hate all they want. The more you hate, the more he wins. And that's how I go by it as well in life. The more people hate, the more I carry on. So, that's it then. That's a review of the 2019 Monaco Grand Prix qualifying review. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit aggressive at the beginning, but I'm just passionate about F1. I love it. So this video is only just over 30 minutes long, so you know, give it a little watch. Follow me on Instagram, solo_P1. Follow me on Twitch, solo_P1, and hit the like button on YouTube. Subscribe, like, dislike, comment. You know, hit the alert button so anytime I upload any videos, you'll be the first to know. And yeah, follow me on Twitter, solo_P1 as well. I got an unboxing coming soon of some. I brought some new Sparko gloves, which I'll be uploading very soon. And the Lewis Hamilton F1 hat. I think, what was it? It was a 2 limited edition hats. I'll be uploading them soon, so you can see that as well. And I've got a video of some Mercedes trainers that I purchased. I'll be uploading that soon as well. So I've got a couple of unboxings coming soon on my channel, so look out for them. So this is Solo P1 signing out of the 2019 F1 Grand Prix qualifying for Monaco. See you later, guys. Bye.